Hello everyone and welcome to your healing subscription for today. I have set up everything for our session already and I have all the things in place, and so I'll guide you through what came up for today's session, and then we'll see how it all plays out. So as always, when I do the work when it comes to the cards or tachyons or things like that, I dowse to check what goes where. I don't analyze, I don't think about it. And so the analysis is going to take place right now, live. And so we'll analyze it as it goes. Okay, so let's dive in today's session. Let me just quickly see that I've got everything ready. Yep, I do. Okay. So let's start with our tune in. And I want you to just take a breath or two and just focus on the sigil or the light code in front of you. And this is our hello and welcome. And as you all tune into this particular sigil is also placed on our chart where we're working. And so as you're all tuning into this is to ensure that you're receiving that connection to the healing that we are doing today. So just allow your eyes to trace the patterns. It doesn't have to sit in any particular spot. Perhaps you're drawn to a specific area within the light code, and that's okay. Just see where your eyes are being led. And just take a breath in and out. Perhaps tune into your own intention for today. Think about what you would like to receive from this healing session. Is there anything that you want to let go of? Anything that you want to receive? And just take a moment to think about that. Tuning in, breathing slow and deep. And seeing what it is that you would like to receive or let go of for today. If you need more time, you can pause this video and you can come back to this again as soon as you're ready. So we're working with a soul transformation therapy session today as well. And what came up for us is as I scanned through to find out what we were dealing with today, with each of your individual goals or directions that you're wanting to go. The emotion that came up is entangle, and it's in relation to broad-mindedness. Entangle in relation to broad-mindedness, and this on the dimension where this is sitting is on the miasm. So miasms is a stain on the DNA. This is information that comes from your lineage, from your generational lineage, so it may not be yours. And so where do you get entangled in your broad-mindedness? I think it's always healthy to have an open mind, but sometimes we also need to be sure of what we believe in and where we are going. And so sometimes we need to be a little bit more focused instead of broad-minded, I think. But you may feel different about that. So just tune in for yourself and find how broad-minded and entangle fits together for you. And this is going to be our main emotion and dimension that we're working on for today's session. I then drew two cards from the Soul Plan deck. And the first card represents the polarity, what it is that we want to shift in relation to whatever your intention is for today. And the intention or the polarity that came up here is card 11-2, and this is the polarity of life and death. So this could be anything from physical loss or bereavement, could be divorce or breakups or even physical death. It's a loss of something, whether it's a job or status or possession or perhaps even yourself. And so in general, the 11-2 card governs transition. And so this is also, it could be ease of transition, or it could be resistance to change. It could indicate limiting beliefs around fear of success, maybe fear of failure. And sometimes it may even indicate codependency or even self-sabotage. Where is it that you sabotage yourself? I then checked to see what our separation is. And the separation is the 15-6 card. And separation here would be when we combine the 11-2 and the 15-6, it's about missing soul fragments, or about parts of us that are missing. And so in today's session, we are looking at retrieving those missing soul fragments and reintegrating them, bringing back the missing parts of you that no longer serves. Okay, so then I set up using the Wands of Horus cards, or the Baka cards, as I call them for short. I set them up using my remote healing chart, and I dowse to check what cards need to go where. And so this is what I've got in front of me, or next to me right now. Also, what came up while I was working is some of the quintessences, or Soma quintessences. These are these bottles. And so I'll go through what all of these things mean. So you can see on the solar plexus point, because our focus for today's session is solar plexus. In the last two sessions, we focused on sacral and on base. So today's session is focusing on the solar plexus, how we are working with our willpower, our center of self, our individuality, and our internal strength and power to get to where we want to be. So you'll see our tune in sigil is placed on the solar plexus. And so this is an overall photograph of what came up for today's session. Now, I'll go through in detail with each of these cards in their locations in a moment. And again, I'm doing the analysis right now live. I didn't think about any of this while I was dowsing or setting this up. But just quickly, I just want to look at the Aura Soma bottles that are in their locations. On the crown, we've got Saint Germain. Saint Germain is all about transformation and also clearing, so working with the violet flame. On the heart, we've got Sanat Kumara in Venus Kumara quintessence. So this is about union, it's about duality, it's about this sort of archetypal husband-wife combo, so yin-yang combination. In the solar plexus, we've got Kutumi, and whenever Kutumi comes up as a quintessence, for me, it's a reminder of our joy, remembering to be joyful and to step into that joy and happiness, and sort of really like stepping into a childlike nature almost. Yeah, being able to receive from a childlike level. And then on the Earth Star, we've got the Hilarion bottle. And Hilarion is about that solar light, bringing in bright, beaming light. So I find it quite interesting that we've got Saint Germain up here, which is that violet flame, and then we've got the solar flame, and they all come together in a union with Sanat Kumara, Venus Kumara, and also with Kutumi, with that. It's almost like the mother, father, and child that comes up here. As I'm just looking at that. So very interesting. So I just want to have a closer look at the Wands of Horus cards and their locations. And so this is not a photograph, this is a more graphic representation, but I just wanted to, because it allows us to really zoom in and see what's where. And so the first one that we've got is on the Earth Gateway. So this is beyond the Earth Star. This is our real anchoring point. And the card that came up in this location is the Earth card. Now, the Earth card, as the name suggests, is all about earthing, grounding, and solidifying, making whatever we're working with solid. So connecting those things up. Then as we go up onto the feet chakras, these are the ones that's sitting on the soles of the feet. This is to the clearing card, and I've got one on each of the feet. So if you look on the photograph, you'll see them sitting both there. So Clearing. When the clearing card comes up here, for me, it usually signifies clearing things like electrosmog and radiation, electricity. So this is more sort of geopathic stress, electrosmog, and things like that. And it's really the pulling them out through the soles of the feet. So this could be anything like television, computers, cell phones, just general radiation from the landscape around you, etc., etc. So we're pulling those out. Then on the knees, this would be your right knee and your left knee. So things are reversed because now we're looking towards this image. So the right knee is associated with the past and the left knee with the future. And when it comes to knees in general, this is about our flexibility to our approach in life. So how do we approach life in general? On the right knee, this is the past, we've got the car card. Now, car is all about the astral body. So this is things that are not yet manifest, things that are not yet real, nor not realized. And this is part of when we look at yin-yang theory, this is sort of the yin aspect of the yin-yang theory. So it's this sort of the colder, more feminine energy. And then when we move into the left, which is the future, we've got Sekhem, and this is all about power, stepping into your power. So we're stepping out of a space where things is ethereal or not physical, and making that a reality and bringing that into a personal power and strength, making that our new reality. On the base center, we have the synchronicity card. And so the synchronicity card here would remind us to follow synchronicities and to see where things lie within the base. So within our physical reality, how can we connect with synchronicity and tune into that synchronicity? Then on our right hip and left hip, we've got two different cards. The hips are about our relationships in life. So it could be about our relationship towards the past, relationship towards the future. It could be about relationship towards male significant others, so husband, father, brother, and so forth. And the left side is the female significant others, so mother, daughter, wife, etc., etc. So this is our relationship to the future, relationship to the past. The past relationship that we need to bring awareness to, and interestingly enough here, the card that we have here is the awareness card. So there's a call for an awareness to how we perhaps approached the past in the past. How did we approach life in general? And in the future, the awareness here is the air card. And the air card is perhaps saying to us that we need to maybe blow with the wind, move with the wind, move with the times. It's taking, if we look at the awareness card tends to be more ethereal in nature than the air card. So again, there's almost like a bringing from the ethereal into a more physical realm, into the future. So whatever it is that we're focusing on, we're wanting to bring that into our lives. And the air is also about cleansing and clearing in general. So just blowing away and opening up, paving the way for where we need to be. On the hara point, the hara is just below the navel usually. And just for clarity's sake, on the chart itself, I placed the hara underneath the sacral, just to make it easier to find where things are sitting, especially when it comes to balancing. We have the life card over here. So hara point is our center of gravity. It's our central point between the head and the feet. It's our central point between the stellar gateway and also the earth gateway. And so this is our midpoint between the heaven and earth. And so here we are called to working with the life energy, life force energy. And it actually makes sense that this particular card is here, because the hara is where the life force goes through as the energy circulates through the microcosmic orbit around the body. Then here's our little tuning on the solar plexus, as I'd mentioned before. Then as we go further up on the throat, we have the radiance card. And so the throat center is all about expression, expressing yourself in a healthy way. So this is not just verbal expression, this is expression in general. How do you live your life in general? And so here we're wanting to live that life in radiance. Now, if we look at the card itself, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer over here. From a hieroglyphic perspective, it's actually made up out of two separate hieroglyphs. The central one here, or the top one, this is representative of the sun, and then these beams coming down. If you have these on their own, usually they sort of tie together in a knot on top. When you have these three on their own, it means birth or birthing or giving birth to, giving life to. So the sun is giving birth to light, our radiance. And so this is sitting on our throat center. Then on the carotid arteries or carotid sinuses, points on the neck, we have the jet pillar, and this is all about structure. Now, this is also about anchoring, grounding, and structure in general. It's about renewal, recharging, recreation, rebuilding, and so many times associated with our DNA, but also associated with the spinal column. And the carotid arteries and the carotid sinuses sitting on the neck, this is our direct connection to the vagus nerve. And so generally when you apply pressure to this part of your neck, what you do is you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. And so perhaps here with our balance today, this is about bringing that balance towards the vagus nerve so that we can have that clarity and just peacefulness, I think, in general, that we're looking for in the work that we're going to be doing. So as we are more peaceful, we are able to absorb these energies in a better way. Okay, so let's get all of these out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our balance or our healing for today. And the healing itself is going to be a soul retrieval so that we can go find these lost fragments that we need to reintegrate in today's work. Okay, so get yourself in a comfortable position. We're going to go into sort of a meditative state and visualize or see yourself in front of this massive tree. This tree is connected to heaven and earth. And so the branches and the leaves, they all reach up into the sky, high up into the heavens. And the roots, they go deep into the earth. The trunk itself contains a door. And so allow yourself to step towards this door within the trunk. Perhaps you need to walk around the tree to find where this door is. And when you find this door, just pay attention to what it looks like. Is the door open or closed? Is it big or small? Perhaps spend a moment to look at the door itself and if there's any markings on it. Anything that's significant for you, just allow yourself to see what that looks like. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to move through the door. And this you could do either by just appearing on the other side of the door. You can open the door. You could command the door to open, whatever is appropriate for you. So let's step through the door. And moving through the door happens with ease. It's not something that we struggle with. So whether you have to open the door or whether you just appear on the other side, it happens easy. And on the other side of the door, we've got a passage that leads down to some stairs. And we're going to just move down along those stairs. And you'll see that these stairs are moving along the root system. And it takes you deep, deep, deep into the lower world, into the underworld. And so allow yourself to move along these stairs and passageways. And even though we're underground, there's enough light for you to see where you're going. It could be that there's lights along the way. Perhaps there's a phosphorescent mushroom or something, but there's something guiding you and showing you where you need to move as we move deeper, deeper into the lower world. We're moving to the place where we're going to find your wounded aspect or your lost soul fragment or the part of you that needs to be reintegrated. And so with that in mind, keep moving down towards your lost soul part. And where the passages split, you intuitively know which way to go. And there's no right or wrong way, or no right or wrong answer to which direction to go. So trust and just keep moving down, 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 deeper and deeper and deeper. Going down into the depths, down to the part where the lost or wounded part of you is. This could be like a trapped spark of light, maybe like a child or a wounded person, or maybe even an animal. But keep going until you get to an opening, somewhere where it is just you in this primordial space. And you can even say out loud or in your mind that you want to find this lost part and you want to merge with this. I want to meet and merge with my lost soul fragment. I want to meet and merge with my lost soul fragment. I want to meet and merge with my lost soul fragment. And calling on your guide or your angel or the guardian of this realm, we're going to call him or her in. So calling your guardian of the realm or your guide or your angel to assist you in finding and reclaiming this lost part. If you need more time here, you may pause the video. Once you have your lost spark, lost part or soul fragment, maybe even a few of them, you may integrate these within your body. Perhaps you need to ask your guardian or your guide or your angel what steps you need to take to reclaim this part. And you may need to do a little bit of work here. So again, if you need more time to integrate these lost parts, pause the video and come back when you're ready. An important part of this work is also about letting go of limiting beliefs, perhaps even breaking vows or releasing grudges that may have arisen as a result of not being whole. So do whatever you need to do. And once you've integrated these lost soul fragment parts or inner child parts, we're going to just balance all the cords. And these are cords of attachments connected to anyone and everyone that may no longer serve. So visualize or imagine yourself in a favorite place. This is a safe space. This could be a real or an imagined place. This is your own personal safe space. No one else can come into this space unless they've been invited. And if anybody is invited in, they have to obey your rules and follow your processes because this is your space, your realm, and your reality. Now imagine or visualize yourself surrounded in a cocoon of light. This cocoon is protective, and it also creates a sacred space for the work to follow. Allow the light to shine brighter and brighter. In fact, the light shines so bright that everything else around you becomes dark, like space, like the cosmos. And sense yourself like a shining star floating in space. And all around, close and far, you may see other stars or other configurations. As you look at these other stars, some of them may hold some force towards you, others not. Ones that sort of hold more of a stronger force. These are people, other people who have energetic connections or cords to you. And some of these cords or connections may be restrictive. And they may take the forms of commitments or vows. It could be conscious or unconscious. So in your mind's eye, manifest a sphere of light around your star. This is like an outer aura, perfectly round and spherical. And have the thought or intention now to repeat the following words. You can repeat these in your mind or out loud. I now choose to balance ties and end vows with anybody or anything that was holding me in limitation. I break and rescind all vows of limitation and ask that any and all restrictions that have blocked me in my expression be released right now. I choose to let go of any doubts or limiting beliefs about my capability to contribute to life and to manifest the most fulfilling and joyful expression of my soul's plan. Using the unlimited power of your mind, allow the sphere of light around you to start spinning. And as the sphere spins, it is clearing and disconnecting any limiting beliefs or cords, negative connections, any guilt, doubt, trauma, negative present or past life experiences, and anything else that may have relevance here. Allow the sphere to spin faster and faster, pulling out all of these heavy, dense energies that's no longer relevant. As the spinning comes to an end, you may feel clearer, brighter, and freer. Now request that a divine force seals the sphere of light around you, perhaps with a blue light. And request around this blue light that there be an orange light. So now we've got another layer orange around the blue layer. And around the orange layer, let's call in a layer of pink light. And around the pink layer, beautiful, shiny, golden light. Bring yourself back to your favorite place, your real or imagined place, your safe place, the place of healing. And again, see yourself surrounded with this beautiful light. This light is protective, and it creates a safe space for the work to follow. We're going to do some forgiveness work. So invite in any and all people who have inflicted hurt upon you in relation to the work that we are doing today. And this could be recent or from long past. And as you call these people in, let them line up, one person next to the next. They must obey, they must comply, they must do as you say, because this is your sacred space. This is your realm, your protective place. We're going to go one by one through the people standing in front of you. I will give you one example and then leave the rest up to you. So you will pause the video once you've done the first person and then work your way through all of the people who needs forgiving. Usually the most important or priority person will be the first, and you'll see that the ones following will go a lot faster. So let's move to the first person in line. Hold them by the hand and look deep into their eyes and tell them, I know you. I know who you are. I know that you are a soul, just like me. I know that you and me as souls agreed to come into this life to help each other experience. And I understand that you had to play your role perfectly so that I may receive my experience. I thank you for that. I understand that for me to have this experience, you had to stay in character. And you could not leave or fall out of that space of character. And I thank you for that. I forgive you and I love you. And I now let you go. You may give this person a hug and then set them on their way. And then move to the next person and run through a similar process. You may pause this video until you have completed all of the ones in front of you. Now that we have forgiven everyone in the list, you look to the side and you see a group of blank looking faces. And these represent anybody that you may have hurt. This is consciously or unconsciously as a result of being hurt through the experiences that you've had. So look towards this group and ask them for their forgiveness. They will understand. And as their higher self witness, they will also forgive you. Once this is complete, let them go. Next, you turn around and you see yourself standing there. Take your own hands and look deep into your eyes and tell yourself, I know you. I know who you are. And I know that you are a soul. I know that you came into this life to have experiences and also to help others have experiences. And in order to do that, I had to stay in character all times. I understand that if I break character, I am not receiving my experiences, and I can't help others to receive their experiences. Thank you for keeping in character, completely staying true to what needs to be experienced in this life. I forgive you and I love you. And you give yourself a hug. And as you do, the two bodies merge together and you feel yourself expanding in your heart space. You feel free. You are free. You're free from this day forth. So come back to the space where we entered through the roots, moving up along the roots, up along the passages, back up into the trunk of this tree. And as you move through the roots up, you may feel your awareness moving up through your body, through your feet and your legs, into your hips. As we enter into the trunk, and we're going to move up into the branches and into the sky as you feel your awareness moving through your torso and your chest, into your neck and into your head, and on up into the sky and into the upper realms, into the realm of the soul. So you find yourself in the realm of the soul beyond time and space. And it's now time to manifest the healing in different aspects of our human life. And you've brought all of this healing into the upper realm, the realm where we can manifest all possibilities governed by intention. And the wounded and limiting beliefs are all healed. And you come here whole, with all of your fragments incorporated and blended into your soul. You are whole, and we see this wholeness filter through all aspects of our lives. So see yourself on earth, in your human life, acting and interacting with more wholeness, See how you work in life now with this previously missing part integrated. See how life would be, what decisions you make, and how you move in with life. How do you make choices now? How do you act and react? And as you picture yourself clearly with all of these parts integrated, let's gently and easily reorientate back into our bodies, into your physical body, allowing your spirit to come into your body, your whole spirit, and squeezing into your body like a hand squeezing into a glove. And coming back into this space. And we're going to ground and anchor the work with some eye rotations. So using the ring and index finger, they are together, and we're going to use ring and thumb together. Index and middle finger we're going to use to tap on the mastoid process. So just from the earlobes, behind the earlobes, we've got this round bone. We're going to be tapping that bone. You can go all the way around the ear if you want to. And then you're going to do eye rotations looking in all directions, one way and another way. We're going to do eyes open and eyes closed. And yeah, let's follow. Stretch the eyes as much as possible. So looking up as far as you can. Then diagonal up to the side, diagonal down, down to the bottom, diagonal down to the opposite side, to the side, diagonal up and up, reverse direction, diagonal up, side, diagonal down, down, diagonal down to the other side, side, diagonal up, side. Close your eyes, look up and side, diagonal up and side, diagonal down, down, diagonal side, opposite side, so then side, diagonal up and up, diagonal up, side, diagonal down, down, opposite side, diagonal down, side, diagonal up, and back to center. Open your eyes, and you can stop tapping. Beautiful. So that anchoring process is quite important. What we're doing is we are looking at different parts of the different directions. They relate to different parts of the brain. So we're accessing different parts of the brain, both conscious and subconscious, while we're tapping. So it's like going through a Word document and saying, let's find all of the stuff that no longer serves, and let's change those into our new direction that we want to be. Okay, so let's go back to our shared screen. Then what I did was, as always, I checked to see whether an Aura Soma bottle would come in handy for the work that we've done. And the Aura Soma bottle that came up for us today is Balance 95. And this is associated with Archangel Gabriel. So it's got like a coral pink above and gold at the bottom. So this is all about your alignment to soul consciousness. So awakening to your light and your wisdom and your clarity. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this information. I'll put all of this information in our description box and in the email or in the messages. But yeah, this is very, very nice to go through. And then what I'll do is I'll just mention here what our affirmation is for this particular bottle. I receive the wisdom and love required to evolve to a higher good. I receive the wisdom and love required to evolve to a higher good. I receive the wisdom and love required to evolve to a higher good. So perhaps introduce these colors into your life by bringing some gold and some pink or coral into your life. So next, what we did was I checked the cards again, and this is to see what our opportunity is, and the solution, and also the success. So let's get myself organized here. So I've got the cards in front of me, and let's have a look at what this would mean for us. So the first card, the 8-8 card, this is all about getting grounded. It's about relating to all. It's about society. It's about physicality. This is our most physical energy that we have within Soul Plan. So it could be about connecting to nature and stepping in and connecting with our own personal sensitivity. This is on an emotional level as well. So this is about emotional intelligence. And it's also a very clairvoyant energy. So our opportunity here is to step into a grounded way of being, stepping into our clairvoyance, not just being grounding for ourselves, but also grounding for others, and potentially becoming really successful in society. I mean, this is all about working with big groups, working with the world at large. Then we go into our solution card. The solution is the homework that we need to do, and what it is that we need to focus on to get to where we want to be. So the 1-1 is all about healing, it's about teaching, and it's about transformation. So the 1-1 card is related to Archangel Michael. So it's got that transformation, healing, very powerful energy, protective energy. And again, we remember that all our work today is about the solar plexus. So how this all fits in with solar plexus. 1-1 is also, it's associated with like the, I call it a lighthouse. So it's like we shine our light out, and we don't have to convince anybody of what we're doing or where we are. This is about just shining our light, and the people will follow. So we don't have to really sell ourselves almost. Just shine your light, do you, and allow the rest to fall into place. So there is an affirmation that we can follow, and it's quite a long affirmation for this 1-1. I'll read this for you, and I will put it into the description. I claim my full power as a physical spiritual being, while respecting and benefiting from the wisdom of others. I am balanced and stable in my wisdom and power. I share and offer my power in love and service. That's it, long. I claim my full power as a physical, spiritual being, while respecting and benefiting from the wisdom of others. I am balanced and stable in my wisdom and power. I share and offer my power and in love and service. I claim my full power as a physical, spiritual being, while respecting and benefiting from the wisdom of others. I am balanced and stable in my wisdom and power. I share and offer my power in love and service. Just again, reminding myself as well as you guys that today's session was to focus on the solar plexus, and you can't make this stuff up. Cards are selected at random. So there is no such thing as random. Everything is synchronistic and yeah, connected. Our result when we do this homework is the 11-2 card. And the 11-2 card, if I can just remember or remind you, this was also our polarity card right in the beginning. Again, you can't make this stuff up. This is out of a deck of cards that was shuffled and then drawn at random again. So this is our result when we do our homework. And it takes us through into the positive qualities of the 11-2, which is all about logic in a very healthy way. It's about structure. It's about expansion. It could be about holding space for others, counseling, healing, nurturing. But it's about holding a structured space while having that flow of the emotions going. So you can can't see on this particular image, but there's two parts to this. I can't, because the 11 is that very, very structured energy. And now I'm just trying to find 2 for you. There we go. Yes, the cards are random. So it would sit like that. So the 11 on the one side is that structured energy, And the 2 is this, it looks like almost like a spring, so it's got a flow to it. So these two energies are actually opposite, where one is very structured and the other one is very flowy. And so we're actually dealing with both of these qualities. We've also got the flow within that. And so the 11-2 is also about seeing the bigger picture. So it's about stepping back, being very, very wise, seeing the bigger picture and being able to help yourself and also others. So this is quite a good result to have for the work that we've done. Okay, so what I want you to do is to go back to that sort of big picture view, and let's just close your eyes and take a moment to visualize yourself in the future. Visualize yourself having acquired all of the new resources, completely free of all the limitations. We've completely integrated our parts of ourselves that need to be integrated. See yourself already cultivating this healing potential of the 1-1, teaching, sharing, transforming, growing, shining your light. Yourself stepping into the logic and the expansiveness of the 11-2, ability to see the bigger picture, holding space, being completely wise. Seeing how you would make decisions. And when you're ready, we're going to do our eye rotations again just to seal this in. So ring finger and thumb together. If you just do a stop share over here. Ring finger, thumb together. Let's go. Looking up and diagonal up and to the side, diagonal down, down, diagonal side, other side, side, diagonal up and diagonal up and side and diagonal down and down, diagonal to the side, side, diagonal up and up. Close your eyes, look up and side, diagonal down, down, diagonal down, opposite side, side, diagonal up and diagonal up and side, diagonal down, down, diagonal opposite side, side, diagonal up and center, and open your eyes, center, all done. Okay, so that is our work that I'm giving on your side. What I will do is in the description below, I will give you some homework and support that you can do. The homework and the support would be around the 1-1 energies that we've got. See how much you can do of this. Homework does not have to be long. It could be a few minutes. It could be an hour. And it's something that you can do constantly until you come back for the next healing session. See what works for you, what is appropriate for you. I'm just going to finish off on the chart on that side, doing a little bit more of an energetic cleaning and locking it all in and making sure that the session is complete and whole. And then once I've done with all of that, I will be sharing this information via the Patreon group and also the emails. So thank you for being here, and just come back into the space, come back into your heart space, and perhaps just firmly plant your feet into the ground, anchoring the work. And when you're ready, you may go on with your day. And I will see you in the next session. Take care for now, everyone. I'm sending you lots of love and light.